What's up guys, Dave Nader 1, 2, and 2, and today's a discussion video. The best thing about discussion videos are they're easy to edit, so they're easy on my hands. Woo! Today's discussion is going to be a small, short one because I actually want to do most of it in the comments below, not just yammering at you guys for 10 minutes because who fucking cares what I have to say about it. More, I just want to bring it up and kind of give my quick opinion so you guys kind of know where I stand, and then we'll kind of yammer back and forth in the comments because this is something I'm actually super curious to know what you guys think. It's been, I don't know, what, a year or two since the new draw rule has been implemented in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is, kind of a la Magic the Gathering, the player going first does not get their draw during their draw phase, further adding more and more negative things to going first so that it tries to balance the game out. And at least initially, it seemed to do that pretty well. You have the option of going first and having a pretty much unopposed way of making your board, but you lack one extra card that your opponent's going to get and you can't conduct your battle phase. When the rule was first implemented, this actually seemed to work pretty well, and a lot of people were actually opting to going second instead of going first. But nowadays it seemed that going first again is just a way to win in this game. With ABCs and Blue Eyes White Dragon and all these decks that can make really big boards with a lot of defensive, self-protecting monsters, means that, frankly, going first, as long as you can make some of your combo plays, pretty much sets up the game so that your opponent can't actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! On their first turn, despite the fact they get the extra card. I can't tell you how many games the only reason I was allowed to play going second was because I opened Regeki, which gave me like one extra out to whatever stupid board my opponent established turn one, and then I could actually play the game. This is actually super frustrating and is kind of a worrisome aspect of the game as it is right now. It seems that in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's no longer about player interaction, but whoever can go first, and if you go first, can you make a stupid board with 3 or 4 negates? I'm talking like Rafflesia, Dark Law, and Infinity with the Solemn Strike set in the back row. That's the kind of crap that new decks nowadays are trying to do, and that seems to be the best way to win. Just do as much as you can and make sure your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! So my question really is, how well is the new draw rule really balancing the game? Would we be so much worse off if player 1 had the extra card? It seems like most modern decks don't actually need it, they can just do all the searching they want, and the extra card would just be really nice and probably let them overextend a little more. However, if you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't matter how many cards you play. If I simply can't make a move, I can't make a move. It doesn't matter. This is obviously not ideal for a fun game. It's actually more frustrating and annoying. And really begs the question is, if, even with the new draw rule, we can't mitigate this whole you can't break my board turn 2 shit that everyone's doing, what can you do to actually balance the game? At this point, you have to really start punishing player 1 by doing stupid things like your opponent can't special summon if they go first. Or maybe they can't activate spell cards going first. This is really debilitating to the player and obviously would help mitigate this problem, but it's not good that we even have to consider that kind of thing, because it shows that the game has gotten to a point where it's actually kind of unhealthy. The reason why this stuff doesn't really happen in things like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering is because those games actually at their core mechanic are resource management, not what my combos are. With your energies and your mana pool, you really can't explode and puke turn 1 like that. I mean, the more modern decks can kind of do it in those games. I'm not super up on them, but at least in theory, those two games would be much more resistant to this kind of turn 1 break my board challenge that we currently have in our game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Simply doesn't have that kind of resource management. We don't have a magic meter at the bottom of our screen that limits what we can and can't do. Anyway guys, this is just a quick discussion. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and maybe some ideas in order to try to balance this game out a little better. Because frankly, it's gotten to the point where if you're both playing a competent deck, it's who gets the coin toss. Anyway guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time.